Hi friends, my name's Jennifer. I just wanted to take a second to introduce myself before getting into this video. I do work for a company called Wish Upon a Castle where I help plan Disney and Universal vacations. I do travel to Disney just about 6 to 8 times a year. I am also a Disney Vacation Club member with my boyfriend Nick, who will be introduced I'm sure in either this video or the next. We own a Polynesian Saratoga Springs resort, which we absolutely adore, but we do stay in other resorts also, so I can also help you with Pop Century, Art of Animation, anything like that. Any questions you have, feel free, you can comment below. I'm always open to answering them. I just wanted to do a quick intro here before I get into this. I am going to show you a little bit of necessities that I do pack sometimes every trips. This one specifically, we're going in February. February's weather seems to be a little crazier, so we do pack a little heavier for those January and February months. I am going to show you what I pack. I'm going to start with some of the small essentials and then of course get into the clothing. Okay, so to get started, I'm not going to go through kind of my necessities here like brushes. I do pack a straightener. I do an Infinity Pro Con Air. I actually really like it. I use it to curl my hair, which is a tip my sister gave me, and it helps me travel a lot lighter. Other than that, I have my brushes, some sunscreen. So since we have her, this is Daisy. She likes to help us pack, and she really likes it when we do new things. So she's very interested in the camera. I will try my best to keep her out. So put you right there, babies. I do like to have a little sunscreen just to have in my carry-on, or I do carry a little Marie bag. I actually have a few small crossbodies. I choose to typically use a small backpack. I prefer the Loungefly backpacks. I find that they're great in the rain or the shine. You can't really overpack them. They never get really heavy. The leather straps are great. They don't get uncomfortable as you're carrying them through the parks. I do have them in the other room. I can make sure to show them sometime in this video. I also pack one thing, this Mega Babe. It is an anti-chafing rub, so if I'm wearing shorts, walking a lot, I do like to put that on my thighs just to help when you're walking around. It does make it a lot more comfortable when it gets a little warmer. If anyone was curious as to what Daisy was doing in the background, she pulled this out of what I was using as a makeup bag, and she continued to play with this around the floor. So I will now need a new beauty blender before we go. I actually just want to show you too, we already partially started packing into the suitcase. This side's a little messy, I apologize. We pack all of our toiletries and anything that could be messy into this side, into, as you can see, some Ziploc baggies. Then this side we do put some clothing. I use right there the away suitcase. I have the bigger carry-on version. We have no problems packing, overpacking, completely overstuffing this bag. We've packed into like a week and a half into this bag with no problem, and that's for 2 of us. This actually has been packed down for about a week, and so right now it's really showing. Sometimes it gets like up to here and you kind of have to fight it in, but this suitcase is fantastic. I do love it. I'm not being sponsored by them, anything like that. I did purchase this on my own, and I absolutely love it. It's definitely my favorite suitcase I use yet. I will also be showing my Burton suitcase, which I don't use as often. It's a little too big, but I do use it. So we're gonna be away for 6 days. Just to get back to this away suitcase and Daisy in the corner. Just to get back to this, when it is squished up, it is actually really nice because you can extend these and put this little piece together. I can't even get it. You can extend it though, and then you cinch down on it, which will get it to fit into this little area, and then you can close it with no problems. Like I said, I usually just will pack into this one and we can fit both of us for a fairly long time in this. If we were going like November or so, like when we went last November, we only packed into this. For February, like I said, we'll get into it. I do pack a little heavier for February because you never know what the weather's gonna be like. So I will get into that a little later. I just wanted to show you how cute these little straps are and how nice it is that you can just cinch them down and fit everything right into this. And then real quick, while we're here, I did get some magic mail today, so I do want to share that with you. I actually have 2 packages, one I just opened. This one is the exact same thing, and I'll get into that right when we're done. Today I got this cute little Wishes pocket tee. Me and Nick are huge Wishes fans. We loved Wishes. Happily Ever After is great, but Wishes, for as long as I've been going, Wishes is what I remember. Wishes is definitely my favorite fireworks show. And these Wishes tees just definitely, we absolutely adore them. This magic mail is the same exact thing. We actually got, I ordered myself a small because Nick already had one in a large, and then he ordered himself a second one and also one in my size, not realizing that I ordered my own. So this is the exact same thing, so I'm not really gonna open that for you, but I do. I love it. Look how cute it is. I can't get over how absolutely adorable it is. It's one of the first things I am going to get packed into my suitcase. Okay, so I know I mentioned quickly that I do carry backpacks in the park. These are, I grabbed 3 examples of what I typically carry. This one I don't reach for as often. It is nice to have because it is a little bigger than the typical one I carry. It has these nice side pockets I love for my phone and my chapstick. Nice big pocket up front, and then that compartment in there. This does fit a lot. It tends to get a little heavier than that smaller one I carry, which is why I don't carry it as often, but I always bring it as an option. I do also carry this smaller one. This is usually my go-to bag for the parks, especially this pink one. I used it for 5 straight days in the rain, and it's still in beautiful condition, and the stuff inside was a little damp, but nothing crazy. I just took it out at the end of the night, let it sit out, and it dried up just fine. I used it again the next day with no problem. I do carry for all my cards. I have a little Kate Spade Minnie Mouse wallet that goes with me in all the parks. I carry a hand sanitizer in this bag. That's kind of a necessity for me. I use the soap in the restrooms. I don't really like the scent of it. I don't always feel like it's the cleanest soap, so I do prefer to have a hand sanitizer just to be safe. I usually wash my hands in the bathroom and then come right out and use the hand sanitizer too. I also carry a battery pack. That little pack alone charges my phone 2-3 times, and I do have a XS Max, so it does have a little bit bigger battery. It charges this 2 or 3 times. I usually don't even really have to charge it throughout my trip, and it's actually great. And it has a nice little spot in my suitcase that I can just stick it right in and use it in the airport also. The other thing I always carry, no matter what, I bring at least one Tide to Go pen. I don't know about you guys, I'm a little messy. I like to eat, and I drop everything all over my shirt, especially if I'm wearing white. So I carry a Tide to Go pen. This does wonders. I've never really had a problem where it couldn't really take it out. And then that is usually, I do also carry Clinique Chubby Sticks in my bag, just so then they're nice and simple. They keep you nice and hydrated on your lips. They do give you just a tiny bit of color, which I really love. Other than that, that is what I typically carry in my park bag. I will throw my charger in here too, just so then I have something. There's that nice little area in Magic Kingdom right by the Tangled bathrooms that has areas where you can plug in your electronics. So sometimes we like to just take a rest there and plug in the electronics for a little bit so we don't have to use that away travel case. And then the last bag that I carry, I actually have 2 Dooney and Burke crossbodies. Like I said, I don't use these as much, but I do like having them as options, so I typically bring them on the trips with me. This one is my Dooney Disney Cats bag. I also have the Disney Dogs with the little fold over crossbody. That one I would actually have to get out. I believe it's still packed from our last trip. It's nice. It has this cute little outside area. It also has little pockets on the inside, which you can't really see, but they are helpful. It helps you keep everything organized. It's a little smaller than the backpack option. I don't feel you can fit as much in, but it is nice to have. And then as we're moving on, we're going to move on to what clothes wise I typically pack in February. I don't usually, I won't really show what I'm packing into the suitcase. I'm a little more organized than my boyfriend is. He kind of just throws in whatever. Okay, so I'm not going to go exactly completely into everything that I pack, only because, like I did say before, I do pack very heavy for a February trip, just because you never know what type of weather you're going to get. I do just want to mention a few items. So I do typically, I always pack some tank tops or some longer crop tops, just because if it is warmer, I am more comfortable in that. So I do pack this cute little Madame Marie Self-Defense Academy. As you can tell, Marie is my favorite, so you will see a lot of Marie. So I do have this cute little, it's like a boxy crop top. It's nice and low. I usually wear it with like a pair of leggings, so nothing's showing, but it is really breathable. So if it's a little warmer, it is nice because it has that weather. I do also, I always bring my Spirit jerseys. So I'm not a huge Spirit jersey person. I do like them a little baggier, so I do. This one is a small. My other one that I'm going to show you is a medium. I do find it very comfortable to wear like a tank top if it's a little warmer during the day, and I always stick this into my backpack, so then I have it for when it gets a little colder. So this one is just your typical rose gold Spirit jersey. This is definitely a must for this weather. I also have a Tiki Room bird one. I love the Tiki Room. It just has a little spot in my heart. My mom always played it. We used to have the Disney Mania soundtrack, and Hilary Duff's version was on it, and we sang it in our van all the time. It was my mom's favorite. So it does have this nice little spot in my heart. So I do have a Tiki Room Spirit jersey that I do wear all the time. And then lastly, for the cold, I do have this cute little sweater. I got this in the parks, along with those Spirit jerseys. They were in the parks also. It is nice and warm. It's a little flowier, so it's not like the best if it's in the 40s or so. So I do actually, I'll have to pull them out. They're not packed yet, but I do have some, the Blonde Ruby little quarter zips. One is Marie. I also have Dumbo. I have a little Pua one, and then I believe I have one more, which of course I can't think of off the top of my head. I'll have to pull them out and show you at least one or two of them. At least the Marie one will be coming with me. I do also have, I always like to mention, it does rain obviously in Florida very often. We do have a couple days where it's scheduled to rain in February, so I do have my favorite black leggings for the rain. They are a Lululemon Luxtreme material, so they're not super stretchy, but they dry so quick. So these are something that if they are a lot of money, so they're definitely worth the investment in my opinion. I love them for the rain. I also carry a rain jacket. I pack it just in case. It does roll right up into my bag with no problems. With these combined, this dries, it really dries within 20-30 minutes, and then the rain jacket keeps me completely dry otherwise. We do also have a rain poncho. We do use that because they do have a really nice warranty on them if anything happens. We do keep one of them in an owner's locker at the resort, so we have that option too. And then lastly, here's another one of my crop tops that I prefer to wear. This is an Oh My Disney one I got at the Disney store. It is nice to have. Again, it's nothing too big. When I wear it with a little bit of high-rise stuff, nothing really shows, which I know in a family place I prefer not to show any skin. So these are perfect for your trip for Disney, and it's really nice too. This one not as much, but that one fits very nicely under the Spirit jerseys or under a jacket. Nothing really sticks out, so you don't really have to worry about that. This one with the sleeves is a little more uncomfortable to wear under a Spirit jersey. So this is typically one I would completely change out of and put into my backpack. Okay, and then there was just one or two more things. I will show my Burton bag towards the end of the video. It is a little messy in our room because, again, we are mid-packing. We leave in 2 days and we're really last-minute packers. But I do also, as my personal item on the flight, I use this Petunia pickle bottom diaper bag. It doesn't look like it would be, it's really one of the nicest things in the world. I know diaper bag kind of turns off a lot of people. It is a little bit more expensive of a bag also, but it's completely worth it. You can fit so much into this bag. This little spot, I actually took the changing mat out of it, but the changing mat would go right in here. And then has this nice little area. I stick like my Kindle, my laptop into that area so then I can access it while I'm on the plane. It comes with this little wipe container, which is nice. I do carry like a Clorox wipe with me when we're throughout the park, just because if we sit down at a messy table, typically at Animal Kingdom when we sit around the Dawa bar, those tables tend to get a little messy, so I do like to have wipe options on me so I can clean them up a little bit so we're not sticking our hands in anything sticky. It also, when you look on the inside, it has some compartments in here. You can't really see. It does have a few compartments. It's really nice for organizing everything. I also roll the clothes that I need up in a nice little ball. They do fit very nicely, and then at that point you can typically fit a nice pair of sneakers right in this area, and then you can adjust this to be there's a few options on here with how big or how small that you want it. It makes it really nice. I like to stick at least a pair of my sneakers in there or a pair of my Birkenstocks because I do wear Birkenstocks through the parks. I like to stick them in there so it's a lot less to worry about. I also like to carry a bigger bag because we typically put the luggage tags onto our luggage and we let them take that right to our room. In doing so, sometimes it is delayed, sometimes a few hours. I like to have an extra outfit option at least in here. Sometimes a bathing suit if we decide to go to the pool. I don't keep too much in here, maybe some makeup, just the necessities I may need that day. And I typically do squish this bag that we looked at into there also. It just gives me some options, so if I want to change. And then, of course, I'm coming from PA, so the weather here in PA right now is very cold. I do wear sweatpants down, typically. Sometimes I'll wear leggings. I do stick with sweatpants for the most part. I like having somewhere on me and something big enough that I can get off the plane and change right into something that's a little more weather appropriate in Florida. There are other options I do. Sorcerer Mickey is one of my favorites. Definitely Nick's favorite. He loves anything Mickey and Pluto. So this was a little bit of best of both worlds. They do also, I know they have Nightmare Before Christmas and Lilo and Stitch, but they do carry this style bag and they are really nice. It also has a backpack straps here, a regular crossbody strap. Hold on, let me untangle this for you. So you can carry it here. And then it comes with little straps that you can connect to a stroller. Obviously we're not using a stroller, you can't even see them, I didn't even disconnect them. So you can kind of loop them around the stroller and then hook them up here so they hang on your stroller a little better. I think that's a really cool aspect to have when you're in the parks. You don't really have to worry about how it's going to connect to the stroller because you can attach those straps and it works really well. I like that idea. We don't have to use it. So this is definitely, whether you have children or not, this is a great carry-on option. There's a lot of space, a lot of compartments. Just remember where you put stuff, and it's great. You can stick with this option on the plane. You can stick right into here with no issues and just grab the laptop or iPad or Kindle, whatever you choose to do on the plane. It's nice and easy access, which I absolutely love. Say hi to Daisy, friends. This is her, and this is her box. So she will probably sit quietly there as I show you the suitcase. So this is my Burton bag that I carry. It does have this compartment here that I can stick some smaller stuff into. When it opens up, it does have two different sides and a nice divider in the center. It has these straps here, which I do like, and then also has straps that connect on the side and can also come up to the front. Right here, this does make it so I can squish it down a bit. We're probably going to pack this one pretty full, but when we don't, this does give us options to make it a little smaller. So this is the other option, and like I said before, Daisy adores packing. So that is what we pack for a typical January, February trip for a longer amount of time. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know the editing wasn't the best. I am getting the hang of it. It will take me a little bit. If you have any recommendations or any questions, feel free to comment below. I will be answering those. And then if you have any recommendations on future videos, I will also look at them too. Thank you for tuning in, and subscribe if you like this video. There's more like this to come.